Call your father. Happy Father's Day. Does anyone have any announcements that are not in?
This is for Methodist men, which will be this Tuesday night. Wade Spooner, we're going to have it at North Springs House, and Wade Spooner called me last night to tell a little bit about a speaker. It's real interesting. But anyway, it'll be 7 o'clock at North Springs. I'm sure most of y'all know how to get there. You know, on Old Post Road, then into River Road, turn left, and go a few hundred yards, and you take a right through the gate. You can't miss it. Keith Owen is going to be cooking, and our speaker is going to be Damon Whitlow. And Damon is originally from Atlanta, and his wife is from Savannah. And he was in the Navy, and he was a Navy rescue swimmer when he was in the Navy. They have 4 kids, and he's also a private pilot, and he's been called to become a missionary pilot in areas like Africa and wherever, to go and fly people on missionary trips and journeys. What's interesting is even though he's a pilot, they'll be taking off, small planes in a lot of very primitive areas, and he's actually going through the crop dusting training in Bainbridge, which now is his connection here he has to go through that crop dusting training so he can become a missionary pilot. Also, when he finishes there at the end of August, he has to go to some sort of seminary school. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But he also has to become a minister in order to be a missionary pilot. So they have taken on this. The Lord has called them to take this on. and he'll be speaking to our men's group tonight. And also, in the next few weeks, if you want to give a love offering, you can give it to somebody at this men. I know we'll take one out to you tonight, or through the next few weeks, if you want to give it to the church here in Marcona, we'll get the money to them. Because, right now they have no income, and he's doing all this training to become a missionary pilot. And you may want to put him on your prayer list. Damon Quickline, he'll be our speaker at this men's team tonight.
I just have a quick word as chairman of the SBRC. I wanted to announce, I think that 2 weeks ago, we hired a youth worker to help us this summer for our youth. His name is Josh Duke. This process really started back in March when the admin board approved the search committee, which was wonderfully comprised and composed of our youth council, to go out and identify and find a youth worker for us. And they did early search. It took 2 months. And then they identified Josh as an individual. When they brought this to the finance committee and the SBRC, we met 2 weeks ago and made final approval. And I don't see Josh here this morning, but when you see him around church, please welcome him and give him a great friendship welcome. I'm sure he's doing a great job for you. Also, I'd be remiss today not to say something that we have brought back with us for another year, so if you have the opportunity, please have him on back too. Have him back for one more year. As chairman of the board, I would like to ask if y'all have anything you want to bring up to me concerning staff or concerning anything that goes on in SBRC, please make a point to see me. Send me an email any way that you like to contact me. I'd like to hear from you. Thank you.
Anyone else? I think I have an announcement that the drug class, under the leadership of Ellen there's 12 people this morning, class, and Wayne Russell is congratulate them.
Jackie's going to come forward to talk about honoring our fathers. After that, we'll have a moment of praise. And one of the praise things we have is that Camille is going to come up and share with us a little bit about going to camp at Epworth. The rest of those who went to camp are going to speak next week when they get done with the mission camp that's going on this coming week. So, Camille, you want to come here and be ready.
Can all of you come up here real quick? And kids too, I guess, we can keep possible around. And can all the fathers stand up? Okay, well, today, as you obviously know, is Father's Day. And it's a really important day for everybody. And in Sunday school, we were sharing different stories about our fathers. Sit down if you already have a cartoon. But we had a lot of really good stories. And you're going to have to ask Jack Davis about it because everybody ended up laughing and involved there. That's all you got to know. But my favorite memory with my dad is when I was just swimming pool with him a lot when I was younger. And you can see him right there. He's a pretty big dude, but he would pretend to be a very princess friendly guy. Just for little 7-year-old me, which meant a lot. And every father out there is so much fun to their kids and to other kids even. And in order to do that, we gave cards and $1 donation either Wesley Glen Foundation or to the and not just children. So that was our theology. So thanks for making children possible. Happy Father's Day. I would like to say thank you to the United Methodist Men for allowing us to judge, and thank you to the youth parents for taking us and teaching us up. My favorite thing about camp was meeting the people and helping them if they were lost or right, and also the great counselors for putting up with us for the whole week. Thank y'all, and
Kayla, you 11 now? She's 11 years old. She doesn't like to stand in front of people. So that's a big deal. And we're very grateful for her being able to do that this morning. Do we have any other moments of praise?
God, I have the Father, I like to say I'm thankful to have 3 kids that made easy and they didn't keep. My parents had a hard time with a lot of kids. We've had books in the room. I'm thankful to have 3 kids that have made easy. I also want to thank the mothers on Father's Day. A lot of times fathers get credit for a lot of things to mothers. I want to thank Gene for timing an hour 3 minutes back into the evening style.
Any other moments of praise?
God, he's been so many guys. She graduated from dad less than 2 weeks ago, and he's finally here, so we got to give that praise for him.
Anyone else? Instead of running around the sanctuary and saying hello to everybody, stand up, turn around to somebody near you and say hello. It's Fred and Bradley are going to find it very easy to do that in the back. And everybody else, y'all just stand up and say hello to each other where you Everybody stand as we sing our hymn of praise, number 529 in the hymn book. Let's stand as we sing. How firm about it. Fantastic affirmation of faith, which you'll find on your screen, in the bulletin, or anyone in your hymnal. Let's join together now in this historic confession of our Christian faith. I believe in God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, and in Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord, who was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, dead, and buried. The third day he arose from the dead. He ascended into heaven and sitteth at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. From thence he shall come to judge the quick and the dead. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and the life everlasting. Amen. And now, boys and girls, it's your time as the adults receive, if you'll come forward.
Good morning. Brady, the only one here. It's the only voice I heard. Good morning. There we go. Question. How many of you have ever been on a boat before? Now, Brady, I know you've been on a boat. Surely you've been on a boat. I know someone that you know who has a boat. Okay, well, I'm sure that's right. I'm sure all of us have been with you. I'm sure. That's fair. I like that. Well, I'm sure at some point all of us have been on a boat at some point or another. Well, let me ask you this. When you've been on a boat, and any of those times you've been on a boat, was the weather pretty and nice, sunshine, or was it stormy? Good. I would hope you wouldn't accidentally get caught in a storm on a boat. But think about that. Think about when you've been on that boat. Think about when the storm came. What happens when the storm? Wind blows, rain pours down, and lightning and thunder. Picture all that. Yeah, this is true. But if it got really, really bad, I would not want to be out on the boat on the water in the storm. Would y'all? I wouldn't either. This is true. We put the boat over. Well, do you know that that's exactly what happened back when Jesus was still on the earth and he was with his disciples? They actually got caught in a storm in the boat. Did y'all know about that? I'm gonna read you the story. It's right here in the book of Mark. This is the 4th chapter, starting at the 35th verse. It says that First of all, let me give you a little backstory. Jesus and his disciples had been traveling around the countryside. Jesus was teaching and performing miracles, and he decided he wanted to go to the other side of the lake, as it said, which was the Sea of Galilee. He wanted to go to the other side. So there's people over there too. So he told his disciples, come on, let's get in the boat. We're going to go over there. So he said, okay, when that evening had come, he said to them, let's go across to the other side. And leaving the crowd behind, they took him, being Jesus, and took Jesus with them in the boat. The other boats were with them. A great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already being swamped. Can y'all picture that? You're in the boat, you think about it being swamped side to side, and you're holding on as best you can, because you're just sort of at the mercy of that storm at that point, aren't you? You're just, all you can just hope that it'll calm down. So have that picture in your mind. If that storm was going on, what do you think you'd be doing? Just probably eyes a little bit, and you're holding on, and you're scared to death, I would think, wouldn't you? I know I would be. All right, well, it says right here that Jesus was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. Okay, think about this now. We just talked about this storm, and what we thought we'd be doing, and what was Jesus doing during this storm? He's on the boat now. Let's remember that. He's inside the boat. What's he doing while the storm's going on? What did he tell us? What's he doing? He's sleeping. He was taking a nap all night. And the disciples are all just going crazy because they're so scared. So they were a little worried while he was asleep. So it says here, they woke him up and said to him, Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? Do you not care that we're going to drown? He's just moving away, taking a nap, like nothing else. The rest of the disciples are terrified. Jesus woke up and rebuked the wind. He said to the sea, Peace, be still. Do you know what happened? It stopped. That's right, right. It stopped. It says the wind ceased, which means it stopped. And there was a dead calm. So they went from that awful storm, and you would picture that they're just being thrown from side to side to side. And Jesus is asleep, and they're, Teacher, how can you sleep through this? We're going to drown. Jesus says, No, no. The calm stays just like that. You know, just keep. What can you picture the water? It's just still, there's no waves, there's no wind, it's calm. He said to the disciples, Why are you afraid? Why are you scared? You have no faith? And they were filled with great awe. They were, wow, that he had just done this. And they said to one another, Who is this man? That even the wind and the sea obey him. Think about that. What if you were down at the beach and there was a big wave and you said to that wave, Calm down. You think it will calm down? I've tried it. It doesn't work. But do you know that it worked when Jesus said it? That's because he's the Son of God. That's right. Well, do you know that just like Jesus was with the disciples that day in that boat, and he calmed those waves so that their boat did not turn over, and they made it to the other side. You know that as we go through life, we encounter our own storms. It may not be wind, and it may not be rain, and it may not be lightning, but they're like storms in our lives. It may be some type of sickness. We get really, really sick, or we lose a good friend, or sometimes we can fall in with the wrong crowd. All those are storms of the storm of life, and they're just part of it. But you know what? Think about if we were in one of those storms. I know if it were me, that Jesus that was in that boat with those disciples, I want him in that boat with me as I'm going through my storms of life. What do you think? Yeah, because just like he calmed those waves that day in that boat, he can help to calm whatever storm it is that we're going through in our lives, okay? We just need to remember that and always just talk to God and pray to God and ask him to stay with us and help us through those storms, okay? All right, let's start here. Dear God, thank you for Jesus. And dear Jesus, please always be our guide through the storms of life. Amen.
printed in your bulletin. It's an old tune. You've been through the men's Bible class. You've heard it. You better raise these as we sing, let the Lord rise between the waters mercy of his blood what to us is the king of the life of the soul. Let the Lord rise behind.
Wanda Thompson, Belinda Baker, and I request to pray for me. Prayer for our country, for Israel, Eddie Thornton, Lynette Hill, Unspoken, Charles Dennis, Jerry Shawn, Michael Moore, Harold Hicks, Eleanor Houston, Brantley Lane, Terry Baxter, Charlie Ann Maxwell, Lenny Hawkins, all the people of Charleston, South Carolina, Debbie Cox Heinstra, Brian Odom, Ricky Kieran Smith, Haley Gardner, and Lady Shane, Bradley Gardner, Russell Smith, Nikki and Kate Meekin, Wyatt Smith, Sonny Evers, Israel, Alicia Sheffield, victims of Charleston, Charles Dennis, Larry Hartzog, Connor Vernon, Sue Vernon, Agnes Kennedy, all children without dad, Janice Davis, Dennis Harrison, Larry Hartzog, Mitzi Boyd, Agnes Mosley, Becky Missouri, Eleanor Houston, and Unspoken.
Go to the Lord in prayer. Lord, you've called us, all of us. You call us to follow you. But you also call us, Lord, to lead others back to you. You call us, Lord, to be people of hope. For all around us we see darkness. We hear horrible things. If we turn on the television, Lord, there's nothing but bad news. But we know there's good news in the world. So, Lord, let us share the good news. Let us be beacons of hope and light. It may not make the evening news, Lord, when we do good things, when we feed 192 people at a manna drop, when someone gets gas so they can get to a job interview, when someone gets diapers so their child will not have to go without diapers. Lord, let us be beacons of hope in this community, in this place. Lord, you call us to be beacons of healing. Wherever we go, Lord, may we bring the healing touch. May we restore brokenness. Fix the things that have been broken. Relationships, spirits, and bodies. For Lord, we pray for those who have been broken. May we be beacons of light and healing for them. Lord, may we follow you. And may we call others to follow. And lead them, Lord, by example. Showing them all that you've done with us, for us, and through us. As we stand together as beacons of hope and healing. We pray these things in the holy and precious name of Jesus, who taught us to pray, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Ushers to come forward for the offering book. Right. Father, we offer you this gift in gratitude for your constant guidance in our lives. We pray that these resources will provide ministry to the suffering, food to the hungry, hope to the poor, and a spiritual presence to the needy. In the name of Jesus Christ, we pray.
Would anybody here like to take a day off? Anybody? But I have to work at home. Yeah. If you want to go home and just do that. And then you look around your house and you got Legos everywhere. And a pillow fort in one room. And a blanket fort in another room. Y'all have this feeling at your house? Some of you remember what it was like at your house to have these things? And the cleaning ladies come in the next morning at 8 o'clock. Really didn't hide your food. Some days we need a day off, don't we? Did y'all know that even Jesus needed a day off? He took one every single week, or 5. But when you become a miracle worker, as he was known to be, taking a day off became harder and harder and harder to do. Everywhere he went, the crowd followed. They pressed in, they wanted to touch him. And Jesus, we know that he was fully divine. That means he was fully of God. He was 100% God. But he was also fully human. He was 100% human being. He was prone to exhaustion. Y'all know what an extrovert is, right? An extrovert is somebody who draws their energy from being in a crowd. Jesus was not an extrovert. Now, he did great in front of a crowd, didn't he? If you can command the attention of 5,000 people, you must be doing something right. And they followed him everywhere he went, so he must have been doing something right. But it drained him. Being with people drained his energy. How do we know that? Well, the story I'm going to read in a moment is going to share it with us. But there's another story where the women with the hemorrhaging for 12 years have to come to to find Jesus. All she does is touch the hem of his garment. Just barely touch it. And when she barely touches it, power drains out of him and he knows it. So he was human. I want y'all to keep that in mind. When you're human and somebody draws your energy, you become exhausted. When Jesus became exhausted. Well, one day he decided to take a day off. And he and Peter decided to go play golf. Wayne's not here to hear this joke again. I'm going to have to get him. So he and Peter go out and play golf, and it's quiet in the morning. It's early. They like to get up early. So they get to the golf course early, and they get to about the fourth hole. And they're on the fourth hole, and they look at Peter sees that it's a par 4, but you can drive it. It's up in the air, and it's off down. So he hits the ball, and it flies up. Boom! Lands on the green. Perfect. Jesus gets up and he says, I think Tiger Woods would use a 3-wood. So he pulls out his 3-wood. He hits it as far as he thinks he needs to go, but there's a little pond right there in front of the green. Right down the pond. Well, what does Jesus do? He walks down. Jesus falls in the water, so he walks across the water. Bends down, picks up his ball, goes back up the hill, gets to the top of the hill, puts the ball on the tee, lines up, boom, hits it just as far as he can possibly hit it. He hits the front of the green, bounces back, rolls down the hill, back into the pond. So he walks back down the hill, walks to the pond, walks on the water again, picks up his ball, gets back up to the top of the tee. He does it a third time, and again it lands in the pond, and again he goes down the hill, picks it up, goes back to the top of the green, or to the top of the tee. And about this time, of course, now other groups are starting to catch up to them. So as he lines up another shot, one guy turns to Peter and he says, "Who's that guy think he is? Jesus Christ?" Peter says, "No, he thinks he's Tiger Woods." Jesus needed time off. He had to rest. It's been a long day. He's wiped out. And so he gets in the boat with his friends to go away. Even for a short time, he needs to just lay his head down and rest. So let's hear now these words again from Mark chapter 4, beginning with the 35th verse. On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let's go across to the other side." And leaving the crowd behind, they took with them in the boat just as he was. Other boats there are with him. So they get in the boat, they're ready to go to the other side of the lake. They're at the mercy of the wind. Y'all may have seen the Jesus boat. They found the boat in the Sea of Galilee several years ago now. That has been buried in the mud. They carbonated it. They found out that it was only about that deep. Now, can you imagine going across the lake to catch fish in a boat only that deep? The wind howls. And the Sea of Galilee, because it's down in the bottom, y'all know how deep that is. The second deepest lake in the world. You know where the first deepest lake is? Okay. The Dead Sea. Just down the hill. So the wind comes down all of a sudden. The boat rocks. They have oars, but they don't do a whole lot of good in the midst of a windstorm. So they're doing their best to fight against this windstorm. The boat is being swamped. In verse 37, we read this: "A great gale arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already being swamped. But Jesus was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. And they woke him up and said to him, 'Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?' The disciples had seen all these witnesses. They had seen Jesus doing all these things. They had watched as these miracles were performed. And now they needed a miracle. Jesus, help us. We need a miracle. Come fix it. Jesus was probably in the middle of a dream. He was probably sound asleep in the back of the boat. Y'all have been in a boat before? On the water? Gently rock. He was just off to sleep. He was having a nice, peaceful, quiet moment. Don't y'all hate it when you just get to sleep and somebody starts making a lot of noise and wakes you right up? You know, it's like on Sunday morning when you get ready for that nap and the preacher says something and slaps the pulpit. And so Jesus is awakened. And he responds immediately to their need, but you can hear the frustration in his voice. He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Then the wind ceased and there was a dead calm. Now he turns to his friends. And you can hear this frustration in his voice now. I never really read it before. I hadn't noticed it before, so I read it through it again this week. And he turns to them and he says, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" And so often happens in the Gospel of Mark, they didn't understand. They didn't get it. And we covered the Gospel of Mark last year in Bible study. And if you need me to cover it again, I will with you. But the disciples frequently are heard to say, "What?" They didn't understand. They didn't know that Jesus was mad at them. Because this is what they say in the next verse. And they were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" This is the word of God for the people of God. We say, "Thanks be to God." It's so obvious to me now, Jesus was so upset because he was tired. Let's do a quick survey. How many of you got 7 to 9 hours of sleep last night? How many of you got a lot less than that? How many of you would like to take a nap right now? If you get less than 7 hours of sleep a night, your body's chemistry does not get a chance to reset. There's all kinds of signs of sleep deprivation. One of those is irritability. Now, if somebody in your house did not get 7 hours of sleep last night, were they irritable? Don't look at them. Were they a little irritable this morning? Were you irritated with them a little bit this morning? You know why you're irritated? You didn't get enough sleep last night.
Amen.
Evelyn, that was meant for you to say that to them. The disciples have seen Jesus do all these incredible miracles. They didn't recognize that he was worn out. All they knew was that they had this fear, and Jesus needed to fix it right now. Don't fix it right now. As a parent, you know that feeling. You just want to sit on the couch for 5 minutes. Just let me sleep for 5 minutes. There's a card I saw, I think it was last year, that said, the girl tapping her mom on the shoulder. What? And the child says, "You said you wanted to sleep for 5 minutes. It's been 6. Get up." Jesus just wanted to rest for a few minutes. But the disciples who still didn't understand, they hadn't yet received the Holy Spirit, didn't know what to do in the midst of the storm. Jesus said, "Come follow me." His intention was, come follow me and then do what I do. Don't just simply come follow me, but do as I have instructed you. Do as you see me doing. It's not a coincidence that in a few chapters in Mark, we see Jesus send the disciples out on a trial run. Y'all go out. You preach. You teach. You heal the sick. It's your turn. Go do it. And you know what it says in that chapter? They were astonished. "Hey, Jesus, we did it. You're right. We can." I taught the Sunday school class, the youth class, a couple weeks ago about prayer. And I asked how many of them would be willing to pray in public. How many hands went up? None. How many of you, if the preacher said at the end of the sermon, stand up and say a prayer for me, would immediately jump up and say, I'll do it? Susanna says yes. One. For the most part, we don't want to be in front. We don't want to be in front. We want Jesus to lead and us to follow, but, that's too close. Let me see what we did. That's still too close. Let me get. We want to follow, but at a distance. We want to be that secret lurking person who just sees it all happen. Wow, that's pretty cool over there. Wait, over there, yeah. Don't look at me. What Jesus needs is people who are willing to follow and then lead others to follow him. And so this is what he did. He sent his disciples out and he said, go and do as I've done and bring people back. So what did Jesus send them out to do? He taught them to heal the sick. The disciples took oil, anointed the sick, prayed over them, and asked God to heal them. And they were astonished when it happened. I need to pause a moment and explain that. We're all called to anoint people and to pray over them and to ask for healing. But healing is God's business. And if God decides to heal somebody one way or another, we are just grateful to God to heard our prayer. It's not magic. It's not a quick or special thing. It's God's work. It's us having a conversation with another person and God. God, heal my friend. And God may say, great. Right there on that spot. Or God may decide that it's time to bring that person home. That the suffering in this life is too much. I heard several preachers say this. I'm in sales. God's in money. But that doesn't mean we have to stop selling. God calls us to share good news. For how many of us is it really good news? If it is, go share it with others. If it's not, be quiet until it is good news for you. And then please go tell the world how good it is. Y'all know we're supposed to be able to cast out demons if we follow Christ. This might be literally casting out demons. I've been asked to do 2 exorcisms in my life. Y'all never heard of a method to an exorcism, have you? I've done 2. The first one was very easy for me, I thought. A 7-year-old little boy was having nightmares in his room at night, and he thought for sure that there were sharks on his floor. So we prayed over his room, we drew pictures of the sharks, we put them in a trash can and burned the paper. And he said the sharks were gone the next night. That was fun. It was easy. At the hospital in Fort Gaines that is now closed, there's a nursing home in the front. The back part sits empty. Someone been in a hospital when it's empty? It's a little frightening. Doors still swing by themselves, lights flicker. You know, all the horror movie scenes you've seen, power lines hanging down, water dripping. They described what they saw. They said there was a nurse. And they described this nurse. She was wearing not an American nurse's outfit from 50 years ago, but an Irish nurse's outfit from 50 years ago. And nobody in the hospital knew who she was and why she was there. Well, it turned out they asked the old administrator of the hospital who it was, and it was a nurse who had gone back to Ireland and died. But they described her to a T. People who had never seen her described her to a T. And they said, can you come do an exorcism to get guidance on the police to understand my friend? Okay? Sure. So I went to the hospital. And we went into the surgical room. They actually had a surgery room. An old OR. And we're standing there and the door's open. And we're standing in a circle, we're praying. And there's water on the floor dripping down. Give it water. You hear that? You hear it dripping. And as I'm praying, Lord, send the Holy Spirit Take home this spirit. And as I'm praying and my eyes are closed, the door slams shut. Whoa! The administrator called me the next day and said she's gone. Nobody saw her last night. Whatever you didn't work. What do you mean? I was just praying. I was having a conversation with God that God would take care of it, and God did. You see, we're called to follow and take people to God and let God handle it. So we're called to heal. We're all called to heal people. We're called to share the good news. And we're called to cast out demons. They can be literal demons, like I said, but they can also be figurative. Y'all know the church is supposed to call out demons. They already had it in the New Testament happening already, and they called them out. I don't think we have any demons in this church. I don't think we have anybody who's evil. But we need to get aware and ready like we do. We need to follow Christ. And we need to lead others to follow him as well. Don't let them get frustrated with you because you said, "Hey, go find the people, bring them in." Have enough faith. As we sing our closing hymn this morning, I invite you to come to the altar. Come and be a closer follower of Christ. And then go and lead somebody else to come back with you to Christ.
Let's stand as we sing as well as my soul. We'll sing the verse.
Don't be a follower, but also be a leader who leads others to follow. Go now with peace.
Thank you.